No one else in the world is going to tell you what I'm about to. I believe that love is an action. It's not just something that you feel, it's something that you do. Here's what I've done. My name is Michael, and I'm a reasonably normal person from New Orleans. And I apologize in advance for my low production values because I ain't Hollywood. A few years ago, I found out that Louisiana has a system, a corrupt system, of secret foreclosure trials. When you go to buy a house, the bank puts 3 little words in the contract in a big block of text. It says, borrower confesses judgment. It means that you are confessing to not having made your payments before you've made your first one. In 10 months or 10 years, they can go behind your back and sue you. There will be a 2-minute trial, and a judge will sign away your home, no questions asked. Sheriff's deputies might give you notice before they come to your house and put all your things on the street in front of your neighbors. I've met people who were still paying their mortgages, some who had no mortgage at all, and I was the only person who'd come along to tell them that they no longer own their homes. Now, you don't have to take my word for any of that. Just go to Google and type in Executory Process Louisiana. It will tell you all about it. Curiously, though, you won't find a single news article. It is as outrageous as it sounds, and the U.S. Supreme Court has already ruled that these sorts of laws are unconstitutional. With this law, the Bailout Banks have stolen almost all of the money that you donated to the people of Louisiana to rebuild. So I tried to help in my own small way and found myself in courtrooms arguing with judges. We lost almost every single case because the judge said the borrower had already confessed. All I could do was give some of my meager little money to help them get storage units, and it is a painful memory to this day. So I finally took the Bailout Banks to federal court and challenged this unjust law. And in response, 3 things happened. First, they brought a secret criminal investigation of me and filed some sort of case. As soon as I found out by accident, I immediately contacted the court and the U.S. Attorney and the local FBI. No one would tell me anything, and after all these years, it doesn't seem to have amounted to much. The second thing that happened, I said in federal court that all the evidence they would need for what I was saying was in the 300-year-old notarial archives in New Orleans. A few days after that, they destroyed the index to those archives, as well as their backup files in California. This shut down the property markets in New Orleans, and that at least made the news. The third thing that happened, I only just found out about. I went through a routine traffic stop, and the officer comes back to the car and says, "Show me your hands." So I did, and he said, "Okay, there's someone with your name and your physical description who has an ICE detainer out on them. It says they are not an American citizen and are to be thrown out of the country. But that man has tattoos on the back of his hands, so that's not you." I had the great good fortune of being born in New Orleans to American parents. And when we would bartend special events, we would put henna ink on the back of our hands and post those pictures on Facebook. Now, I don't even know what to think about a thing like that. So let me ask you, would you willingly move to a state with this kind of justice system? Would you buy a house there? Would you move a business to Louisiana and bring all of the employees that depend on you to this state and subject them to this brand of justice? If maybe you go and visit, have a few drinks, maybe get in a little bit of trouble, would you feel safe in that justice system? I suggest you look up Orleans Parish Prison as you make up your mind. If you were to go to visit, would you stay in one of these short-term rentals in Airbnb and maybe have a little party in a house that was stolen from a family and ejected from in tears? Now, at the beginning of this, I spoke of love being an action. And since obviously I can't win this case by myself, I'm asking for a small favor from you. There is a new governor in Louisiana, Mr. John Bel Edwards. And he ran in his campaign against what Wall Street was doing to the people of Louisiana. It must be made known to him what is happening, that it must stop happening, and the victims made whole. So not out of hate, but love. Love for your country and for its people, and for yourself, because this is not the only state that the bailout banks are doing this sort of thing. So I'm asking you to do the small thing. Go to Governor Edwards' Facebook or his Twitter, or you can send an email or make a phone call and tell him this simple thing: no secret trials. And you can also tell him if you can go down there in good conscience and whether or not you would feel safe there. I can tell you from bitter experience that I don't. I hope I've made my case. I've put a little donate button if you'd like to help keep me going. Turns out Exile and fighting banks is more costly than I would have predicted. So with all the love in the world, I say thank you. My name is Michael, still in exile. Thanks.